4th, and it's been paying checks every week since it's opened, the first week. That means it's paying out money to its associates that are involved in the business every week, correct and on time. So I call that a pretty good business, pretty good start. They got a fantastic website, fantastic back office. So they hadn't even come out of launch, and they got a little contest trying to get 2017 checks out before they officially open. So 2017 checks have been earned by associates. That'll set a network marketing history record if that happens. But even if they don't set the 2017, they're still going to set a network marketing record with the most payouts in the shortest period of time by the time they open and before they're 1 year old. So the timing is now. Timing is to get in, get everybody associated that you know to be involved in this business some way, somehow, some fashion, until they can decide that they want to succeed. So it's making that commitment 5 to 10 hours a week. Okay? So I ask you to treat it like college or like an associate degree, something like that. But I only ask 2 years out of your life. Okay? 5 to 10 hours a week. Because who do you know that went through a 4-year college program, and the day they graduated, they started making $100,000 a year? Unique situation. One out of a billion. Yeah. Not me. But the whole point is, the vast majority do not. Why? They got to learn how to do their jobs, right? They got to work themselves up. That's the key. But you know what's so exciting about this opportunity is you can actually learn how to do the business within 6 months, if not earlier, and start earning while you're learning. And so we basically say 1 year to learn, 1 year to earn, and 3 to 5 years to build a big business. You're in the right timing cycle to totally grow with this company. But then, you know, I still have to relate to impress this so much and tell you why that commitment is so important. And why you got to learn those SATs, the skills, attitudes, and techniques. Because, David, how many doctors that while they're going to school, would you let them operate and do surgery on? None. You'd think twice about one that just graduated, huh? That's exactly right. So that's the same thing in this business. Don't expect to just get rich quick. Don't expect to just fall into it. Don't expect for it to go and then keep on going. Every business has spurts, ups, downs, falls, moves ups and downs, starts and stops, runs into some hiccups, right? Mm-hmm. So if the company has some hiccups, so what? Go right through them. I don't anticipate any. I'm not saying it's going to have any. I think this is one of the smoothest company starts I've ever seen in my life. And I've studied just about I've studied hundreds of network marketing companies. Because before I ever got into network marketing, that's what I did. I did what is called a Harvard MBA case study of the network marketing industry. Because I wanted to know how they grow, how they build. How can people make this much money? I just couldn't believe these compensation plans. But people made that much money. But it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, that's for sure. Now, there are a lot of schemes out there, and they're pretty easy to spell. Now, I kind of think a lot of these crypto coins are kind of like that. That's the way I look at them. They smell real rotten to me because they don't have any real value. And who determines the value? But, the whole key is don't get discouraged. So attitude. And, one of the things that I learned, my attitude had to be positive, had to be right. And that's why I give everybody Attitude by Chuck Swindoll and our group. And, when we were at our children, we had this posted up on the refrigerator. And so when we told them to go to the refrigerator, they knew what it meant. They had to go and read Attitude by Chuck Swindoll. We were kind of adjusting their attitude, right? Guess what? Our children, very young, before they're in the teens, could recite this by heart. They'd start saying it before they got to the refrigerator door because they had to complete it before they could go back to what they were doing. Okay? So, bottom line is, what is your job description? What does it take to be successful? And it takes that 5 to 10 hours a week. Now, what do you do in those 5 to 10 hours? One of the first things you need to do is you need to make a list of, I say 50 people. Okay? Just get out and make a list. Right there in your back office, you've got some lists in your back office of 7kmetals. They got the list. You can print them out, start making it. It tells you how to do it. In fact, I want you to go through the 7kmetals trainings. Greatest training, best training, right there. You don't even have to pay for it. It's right there in your back office. Make sure you watch that. This is just in addition to it. Okay? And so number 2 is make your list. Number 3 is to make sure every day, 5 days a week, for at least 15 to 30 minutes, you watch a video or read on your website until you know your website inside and out, backward and forward. In other words, you could do like I do. I could be on the phone. I don't even have to have the website. I'd be driving. I could tell people what to click on, where to go, what link, where it is, and how to sign up real quick. Okay. Or, what video to watch, or what to do to answer their questions, where to buy the coins at, where the numismatic coins at, which tab they're on. I know that website back and forth. You need to know the same thing. So you need to know what your tools are. Your website is your tools. It's your thing that does all the communication. You don't have to communicate a thing. You just have to be the person that shows them where everything's at. Okay? Tour guide. That's all you have to do. Be a good tour guide. Okay? And the reason for that is because network marketing success is based on duplication. And so if you explain everything, then everybody thinks they got to explain everything. Just be a good tour guide. Okay? Know your materials and point them to where they can see the same things for questions answered. Know when your opportunity calls are. The one at noontime, the one in the evening, the company call, once a week on Monday nights. The next thing you need to do, 4th thing, is attend a training session opportunity meeting once a week, like we're doing here tonight. And he said, well, when you're doing an opportunity meeting, it's the same thing over and over and over again. Yep, it is. But guess what? Somebody's got a guest there. We are all teammates to help them understand the significance of this opportunity and the importance of it. And your attitudes are what help impress upon that person that this is something they want to be associated with or something they don't want to be associated with. So if you're going to sleep when we're playing the opportunity video because you've seen it 100 times already, they think, wow, I don't know if I want to get involved with this. Everybody going to sleep. especially if you snore. Nah. But anyway, it's a very simple job description. And the fifth thing is you've got to expose the business. Now, 7kmetals in their training video has some very simple techniques on how to expose the business. I have some additional techniques. You're going to learn all the techniques. Don't learn all the techniques before you try. The key is just start sharing with everybody on your list, one at a time, or bring them together in groups, or let your sponsor help you, or let somebody in your upline help you. If you're afraid or scared to share it with somebody you think is a big hitter, well, I'll help you, okay? Or let your sponsor help you, or let somebody else in your upline help you. Expose the business to 5 people a day, 5 days a week. Now, what do I mean by that? That means you have to make a presentation. It means you got to send out an email with a link to your website saying, hey, look, I found this exciting thing. I'm really excited about it. Take a look at the videos. Tell me what you think. Duh. That's just sharing, okay? Doesn't say you got to do this. That's just sharing. That's one thing. You can send out a text with a link. I've got several texts written up that I've shared with everybody in the room. You can do that. That's an exposure, okay? Another way to expose a business, it's a little bit more physical, but I like to have it, and you got to have your product though, you know, you got to have your silver coin. That's what I call the coin drop. You can be standing in line for anything, for the movie, for the grocery line, to buy a book, whatever you stand in line for. Buy a power tool, and while you're waiting in line, just you got a person in front of you, a person in back of you, just pick one. Pick the one that doesn't have the sourest look on their face. And say, you mind if I ask you a couple of crazy questions? Ask them, hold your hand out, drop the coin in their hand, and you ask them, do you know what that is? And they say, well, it looks like a silver dollar. Or most of them will say that if you drop the 1 ounce silver coin in there. And you say, well, actually, it's 1 ounce of pure silver that's in your hand. Now, if you had a choice, would you rather have just one in your hand, a whole handful, a shoebox full, a house full, all you could get, or none? If you had a choice, which would you rather have? Most people are going to say, what? A house full, or all I can get. If they say anything more than all I get, if they say a shoebox full or a handful, I say, you sure? If you had a choice, you'd only want a handful? Not a whole bunch? And they say, oh, no. But if they say they don't want any, none, take your coin out of the hand, put it in your pocket, don't say anything else, okay? You might have that person tapping on your shoulder, but if they don't, that's okay. That still counts as an exposure because you made a contact with a person that puts fog on a mirror. That's what we call an exposure, okay? So when they say, all I can get, you say, me too. Now, I have found a way that we can earn these coins, buy them at cost, earn some extra money, a little bit or a whole bunch, and have fun in the process. Does any of that interest you? And if they say no, take your coin out of your hand, put it in your pocket, don't say anything else, okay? But if they say yeah, then you take your other tool, your 7kmetals card with your website on it, and some little slogan about earning up to $500 or $1,000 a week or whatever you got, and you got places in your website you can order your card, and you hand it to them and say, watch the videos on that website and explain everything to you. Have any questions? Call me. You made an exposure. Doesn't mean they're going to get in business. Doesn't even mean that they're going to go to the website and watch the videos. But you made an exposure and you got your card out. Okay? 5 people a day, 5 days a week.